I think my experience from like living in sort of like a poverty-stricken area and a poverty-stricken family has certainly guided me in my way towards actually making a change in politics.
I would say that for people in modern day society, politics is something that's too important for them not to have on the school curriculum.
The reality is that some of the people who've made the biggest, most profound changes in the world were people who were getting arrested to do it. So if you believe in the cause that you're part of, then yeah, for a lot of people, getting arrested isn't a huge barrier. For me, it's certainly not. I've not been afraid to get arrested for the causes I believe in.
I come from Glasgow Pollok, which is the constituency I represent. It's not the wealthiest area. Let's say that. There's lots of deprivation, lots of poverty-stricken families. You know, intergenerational poverty. A lot of it came from the 80s actually, when a lot of the men who lived in Pollok worked in the shipbuilding and lost their jobs. It's just been passed down the generations. So Pollok's, it wasn't the easiest place to live in, and I found that having come from that background and going through education and watching, like being in modern studies and learning about why things are the way they are in politics, and watching the news and I used to watch Question Time when I was like 8, you know, like I was really interested in it. Coming from that background and seeing the sort of the charade of politics, I thought, well, I think somebody needs to do something about this. And I thought, okay, well, when my modern studies teacher told me about the youth council, I thought, okay, that's my way to get involved, that's my way to change things. And then from that I moved into the youth parliament, and I actually think with the other MSYPs, I think we have made some significant change.
It's difficult to fit everything into the curriculum, but Curriculum for Excellence was actually invented almost for doing something like that. It was to widen out the opportunities and ideas that people could have and could actually put into practice. I think that if people are disengaged, or if they feel as if they've been banged their heads off a brick wall, cooperate with some other people who might feel in the same sort of boat. I think the youth parliament is a great idea, in fact, actually, and a route for a lot of people. But youth wings of political parties are also extremely worthwhile, and I'm not being facetious when I say that there is actually a good and enjoyable side to them as well, in terms of the social side, because it's just people mixing together and with genuine issues and desire to do things. At the same time, that doesn't have to be sitting in a room all the time listening to some blowhard telling you we can't do that because we tried it 30 years ago and it didn't work then. Never mind what they've got to say, you try it yourself.
I started youth parliament as someone who was pretty shy. I wouldn't be doing this interview 4 years ago. I would have been like, no, I'm not doing it, because I would have been too embarrassed. So I've certainly saw some sort of personal development in myself through youth parliament. It's not like a career choice. It's not a personal thing for me. If the people in Pollok don't think I'm the one to represent them anymore, then that's fine, because it's not about me, it's about them.
I remember campaigning with the youth parliament for votes at 16, and you would always come up against people who thought that they were meaning well, but were actually quite patronising towards young people. And even since I've been elected to the parliament, it has come up a couple of times. On the whole, people are supportive and respectful. Everyone's in parliament because they have a mandate. Thousands of people voted for each one of us. You do occasionally get folk who, usually because they're frustrated at what I'm talking about, will make a comment that's more related to my age than the subject matter at hand.
My family we weren't the richest, you know. We weren't like starving in the streets, but we weren't, you know, we weren't well off. And I saw that, you know, how that affected my mum, working 40, sometimes even more hours a week, and, you know, not having the best of lives. You know, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand how someone could work so hard and not see the rewards, and struggle so much. And I didn't want that for myself, but I certainly didn't want it for anyone else. So in terms of getting involved in youth politics, I wanted to grow myself and learn about myself and try and achieve things myself, but I also wanted to make sure that I could actually somehow in my own way change the situation for people, you know, So I would say, if there's something that you want to change, just get involved in something. That's what I would say, get involved in something. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's your youth council, your youth parliament, your pupil council, you know, anything, like just get involved in something and try and make a difference, no matter how big or small, and make a difference.